How you guys doing tonight? Just wanted to share the reason that I opened the video with that picture or with that with the kids playing is the first thing I wanted to talk about was negativity in your life, and it's one of those things that's kind of, you know, when I talk about things a lot of times it's either something that's popped in my mind or something that's popped into my life. And the good thing is I learned a while ago that you can compartmentalize almost everything in your life. And with negativity, when I really started to think about how badly that can affect you if you allow it to, and really starting to understand what negativity does to your, you know, inspiration, to your motivation, to your creation, all these different things, I realized I needed to be as far away from it as I could. And I'll give you a couple of examples. If you think about a clear glass of water, and you know that signifies that the water is clean, and you put one single drop of food coloring in there, and all the water that was touched by color would essentially be poisoned. Now, you couldn't, you know, no matter how light that water was, if it had a little bit of color, you wouldn't trust the water anymore. And it would really take a lot more clear water of you pouring it in for that glass to eventually become clear again. Now, I want you to picture that in your head. And when you have those two things in your life, if you allow negativity into your like glass of life, if you will, you literally have to pour a ton of positivity if you allow negativity to creep into your brain. And so one of the things that I'll tell you is, as much as you can control negativity and keep it out of your life, do so. There's nothing to be gained from it whatsoever. Some people might have negative reinforcement if they work out in the gym. You know, it's kind of the football coach, locker room method. You know, I'm all for that if you can pump yourself up in the gym, but it shouldn't be something that's a daily habit of yours to kind of talk down upon yourself. It's not a healthy habit. But negativity is one of those things that can affect everybody around you, and, you know, affect the vibration that you're on. And so with it, if you can really keep a positive mindset, I think you can overcome most things. But the problem that you're going to run into is when you have negative people in your life. How can you keep them away from you? And a lot of times you attract what you are. So the more positive you are, the more you'll see that you don't even want to be around negative thinking people or anything like that. So the second thing that I want to talk about, and I'll kind of play this video to be over this part, is I wanted to talk about perseverance. So this video is the day that my family flew back into town from Texas, and we went out, saw some family, hung out, but I really got a lot of good quality time with the kids. And this is my daughter, Brooklyn, and she was inside this little gladiator, you know, bouncy house, and she wanted me to watch her shoot this basketball. And she was relentless. She literally grabbed this thing and just shot over and over. And the video goes on for like 2 or 3 minutes, and she's just shooting and shooting. And there's no look back at dad, should I stop? There's no looking down, sighs of relief, you know, I give up. She just had that childhood perseverance where it was like, she levitated towards that, wanted to make that happen, hadn't seen her dad, wanted to just do that, and that was it. She was just going to do it. There was no can I, should I give up? There was nothing about it. And I won't take all the credit for that. Her mom is extremely tough, mentally tough, all of that as well. But with it, I like to think that it's the environment that she's been raised in. You know, and what I want you to look at when you watch that video is, every time she doesn't make the basket, she doesn't think about why she didn't make the basket, who was watching her not make the basket. Her only thought was, I need to grab the basketball again, shoot it again until I reach my goal, which is making the basket, right? She finally makes it, and it's a huge celebration. And if you look at everything you're trying to complete in your life with a childhood perseverance, there's nothing that will stop you, because you're so solution driven. You have a goal, you grab that ball, you make it in the hoop, and that's the only option. There's no who's watching, are they judging me, why didn't I make it? None of it. There's literally just perseverance. I have a goal, I'm going to attempt it, because remember what they say, failure is not failure unless you give up. Because this is the way that I like to live my life now. I either win or I learn. That's it. There is no lose, because there is no giving up. So that's what I have for you today. I wanted to share that, especially with having my kids come back into town and being able to be back around my wife. Oh man, I can't even explain to you the joy. And I'll share something real funny real quick. We were driving on the way back into San Jose from SFO, and you know, my wife is very like structured. She's like, hey, we have these things to take care of. We need to do this, and that. And I was just kind of quiet and zoned out, and I was holding her hand, and she goes, so, you know, you don't seem like, you know, you want to talk about any of this stuff. And I said, to be honest, man, I'm just happy to see you guys. Because what I'll tell you is you can get so caught up in an action mode and a business mode that sometimes you can forget to slow down and just enjoy the moments as they happen. And I was literally just lost in that moment with my wife and kids. So don't forget, every now and then, right? You got to slow down and just smell the roses and enjoy your family while they're here. So keep negativity out of your life. Live your life with a childhood perseverance, and stop and smell the roses every now and then.